Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the leaks in your life, right? And that means, when you have a leak, if you had a leak in your spaghetti pan, right? If you're making spaghetti, the boiling water, if it leaked out, then you wouldn't have dinner, right? Because you wouldn't have water that would boil. If it was a fast leak, a big leak, right? And so, let me see where this car is going. Oh, that's funny. Look, this car that's coming right now has a boat on the back, right? If that boat had a leak in it, then where would you be, right? Your boat would be in the middle of the ocean underneath, right? And you with it unless you had a life vest. Okay, so I know this sounds very simple and very logical, but we forget the most simple things. I was reading this morning, a quote came to me. Well, I remembered it and then I looked it up. And it was a Pascal saying, all of the world's problems can be narrowed down to this, to people's inability to sit in a room by yourself. Now, as far as I remember, besides being a French philosopher, they keep writing, this is a French philosopher, also devout Christian, and I welcome all religions, but even if he was devout, devoutly, if someone is truly devout to the one creator God, to divine love, then they're seeking the will of God. They're seeking to know truth, and truth is going to be revealed to them. Now, what I'm bringing this up about is because, okay, I always bring this back to relationships. I have to stand up because it was raining, so it's all wet on the ground, right? Maybe I'll lean on this tree that's leaning this way. Let's see if I can without slipping down. All right, so in a relationship, right? If you keep pouring love into a relationship, whoops, there's my keys. Let me put them in my pocket. If you keep pouring love into a relationship, and then that person, the other person, keeps pouring all their vital energy. That's vital energy. Let's just say that's vital energy. If you're pouring that into a relationship and the other person is pouring it somewhere else and it's leaking, they have a bunch of leaks in their life, then your relationship, it's not sealed, it's not contained, it can't rise up. It's like water needs to boil to cook that spaghetti. And we know that. That's easy to know. But people forget. They don't know this in their own psyche, in your own psyche, right? This is so cool. Let me show you if you can see. You can't see what I'm doing, but it's pretty funny. I've never done this. And so what happens, this is why on my social media, I don't even like telling people about the classes that I have or anything I have else to offer that, like, seeing me as a therapist, as a psychologist. I'm a psychologist. I don't know if I said that. My name's Dr. Cheryl Meyer, but I don't even like saying that because I don't like that's funny. Maybe I need to lean back on the tree because I lost my train of thought when I got up. I don't like it'll come back. Be really present. Just be present. When you get these moments in these videos, just be really present with yourself. Look at nature. Watch. Look at that. It'll come back if it needs to. So what I was going to say about about leaking, right? And spiritual alchemy and change. Wow, it was so clear. I was out of town. I can feel the concussion from the back of my head. I had stitches back here, right? I was out of town and I came back to my house and I even slept, and I woke up and I was cleaning and unpacking, and the next morning, and I smelled gas still. There was a gas leak at my dryer where I wash and dry my clothes, right outside my room. And I smelled it for 2 years. 2 years this gas leak has been there. And finally, I called the gas company and I had them come over, and the guy said it was just a little leak, But this is what I was being shown this morning for you guys, for all of us, right? I'm only being shown it. I mean, for my life, yeah, because God, divine love, wants to love me and correct me and give me truth and a good way to walk on, is because when you have a leak in your psyche, I'll show you how it goes psychologically, right? We go to addictions, we go to people, we go to, thank God. I totally let it go. Okay, it's about because when you're leaking, right? When you are desperate, if God is love, right? Let's say divine love is God is divine love, and God always wants you to have a full bucket. Jesus said, I came to give you life and give it to you abundantly. And so, but what happens is if we go to all these different places, try to fill ourselves up by lots of relationships, or, the quick highs that we run to in life, food or TV or scrolling on our phones, or just seeking, even spiritual highs, and all this stuff. When we do that, we make holes in our bucket. I have a picture in my car. I showed it in one of my last videos of this bucket with all these holes in it, Just imagine a bucket of water and there's another bucket of water. So divine love is always wanting to pour full, real love into us, right? But there's these holes in our bucket from us going to different things because we're used to being empty from whatever we experienced in childhood, because our parents didn't teach us, they probably didn't, or you wouldn't be here, how to be deeply present and conscious and love in a conscious way. They didn't teach you how to retain that vital energy. They just taught us how to dissipate it, and that we all have to live on scraps. That's our collective consciousness. That's the 95% of the world, they say, is operating that way. And so that's why I was saying I don't like selling my classes and telling people that I offer therapy and that I'm an author and that I've written, over 3 books and all these things, and published, blah, 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 because I see these people that are in lack, that keep emptying their buckets by us going, all of us, I've had to be corrected in so many of these things. But we go to all these other things, and although, what I'm offering are good solutions, and true solutions, it's like, I don't want to be what they call an ambulance chaser, It's like chasing wounded people and telling them, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this. They taught me how to sell like that. They definitely did, You got to strike while the iron's hot kind of thing, But I don't choose to do that. And I'm probably not doing right by doing that, because people don't even know the resources that I have and how excellent they are, blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying is like, what I'm bringing up for that is not about my classes or anything like that, is about the devil, like if you want to call it the devil, there's the world, the flesh, and the devil is how the church defines it, right? The enemy of our souls, because this is a spiritual battle, not just a physical, psychological one, right? Look, there's that tree over there. He comes to kill and lie, kill and destroy, and to take from you. And so when you keep being addicted to appetites and to, you don't know that divine love wants to fill this bucket up for you. When you keep going, oh, well, I don't see it full, and because I didn't ever stop going to all of my vices that I've been going to, I didn't stop going to, even trying to do good to make yourself feel good about your identity. I didn't stop doing all these things that I'm used to doing to build up my identity. Like I thought I was totally leaning on God, let's say divine love, right? And then I moved to Montreal a long time ago for a year, and they spoke French, and I didn't know what they were going to teach and all this stuff, and I wasn't around any of my network anymore, and no one knew me as a doctor, blah blah blah. No one knew me at all. I had to make all new friends and everything, and I was crying for about the first 4 months of that period, right? And so you don't realize how much you are depending on all of these things around you, even just knowing your neighborhood and stuff like that. I'm not saying go to a strange place. I'm saying, so divine love wants to fill you up with love. And because we're not feeling it in every moment, and our society's like consume, and I keep saying, to what end, right? Then we keep feeling empty. And it says, you have Jeremiah 2:13, I remember. He was a prophet, right? So just know that this is someone listening to divine love. You don't have to be like, what's a prophet, blah, 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 blah. It's someone listening to divine love and walking in his will. And God is beyond his or her, in divine love's will, aligned with divine love, telling people they're sensitive to the Spirit of God. Right? Now, I've met other people that are sensitive to spiritual things, and they have gifts, and they're leading people astray, and they don't even know it. I know this one woman, Mila, who used to do that and came back to Christ, if you will, if you want to understand it that way. And so it's not just listening to any spirit, but anyway, when we keep having our addictions, the things that we go to, they keep us empty. They keep us bound. They keep us being manipulated. This is what I'm so, so against and so sensitive to in my own life, and I can't stand it when I see it, that I've been giving my power away to something else. Because to whatever degree you are ruled by your appetites, you will step on yourself and other people to fulfill those appetites. And so those appetites, there's nothing wrong with having an appetite. It's the degree you are attached to that and not detached to it, and the degree you will be manipulated by anything that says, it's like, I met these people and they were like, well, first, for enough money, you would do that. I'm like, no, I wouldn't, I wouldn't. And they were like, well, and everybody has a price, and that's really their mentality. And it's like, no, some things are not worth doing for any amount of money. A lot of things are not worth doing, and so when you get rid of those things, when you ask God, ask divine love to help you, divine love will help you. He says, in Jeremiah 2:13, you've walked away from the living water, and instead you've built broken cisterns, like broken buckets of water. And all the water that I give you just leaks out. And so you keep asking me to protect you, but you keep going to things that don't protect you. You keep asking me to love you and to shield you from a broken heart, but you keep going back to people that mistreat you because you're used to that from childhood. You think that that's all you deserve, and you deserve more than that. Now, if this goes over, go over to my YouTube channel, but I have to end right now anyway. But so don't keep doing that. I got this song. Of course, I always get a song, right? and it was going, you've got to get right or get left. And so I know Latoya Okia. I just met her this weekend. If I get to edit this, I'll put a picture of her in with this. She's always like, forget them folks, you know, forget them, forget whoever you need to forget, you know, ask divine love, ask God to help you with that. Forget them so that you can rise up to something more, so that you can have a full bucket of water, so that you don't have to be beholden to your appetites, to your addictions, so that they're not running the show. You are a soul, you're in a body. Your bodily appetites are not meant to run your life. They're not going to fill you. These things are illusions, right? What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world, he or she, but loses your soul? Like, there's karma, there's justice, there's accountability. All these things are real. We can't keep pretending like they're not. And so if people aren't going to get on board, you get on board and let them go. Let them go. And I know I was crying this morning. It gets really, really lonely exteriorly on the outside. But, you know, you have over 700 of my videos free on YouTube. So you know you're not alone. You know, even if I walked off the path, which I don't plan to, you know, God help me not, all of those are there to comfort you, you know, to comfort, so you're not alone. And I have all the saints. I was just thanking God this morning for, I have, like, my whole garage is full of books of loving people who have been showing me the right way and the kind way and the truly loving way. And that's it, you know. There have been holy people and poets and people that choose to surrender themselves up to divine love, and they're always around us. And we have a guardian angel, we have the Holy Spirit, we have Christ in us. If you have that, everyone has access to that. But you gotta let go of blowing up holes in your bucket, you know. Understand what that is. I know it might be a mystery to you. All my videos are talking about this. All right, I wish you so much love. Bye.